Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you see this video. I am super curious what you guys think about this video. Saw this last night and I thought, what in the heck? I know I've seen this video. Well, you'll see. So, Beigefield came out with this video this morning and a guest, and they acted like it was breaking news and he'd researched and found all this information. I don't know, something about it didn't vibe with me, but I'm going to play this. Let's see. Let's skip all the way. We don't need the whole. I don't know how many of you guys have been covering this case or following it. I know Melanie Little is an attorney covering it herself, and I think she's doing a really, really good job. Just curious if you guys would like kind of some updates on it from me, or if not, I would highly recommend Melanie, myself, my opinion anyway. So let me see where I'm at in this video. One moment.
Evidence at the scene.
Okay, so
Evidence.
trying to find a good spot to pause. So I'm going to play this, and then we're going to go to another video, and I'm going to show you something. Pay really close attention to the back of a car. In this segment, they're going to play a teeny tiny clip. And it's worse than any clip channel I've ever seen on YouTube with the out of contextness of it. It's just, you'll see what I mean. I'm super interested to hear everybody's thoughts on this because this is a kind of crazy little situation here. All right, here we go.
It's like fragments of a broken taillight from Reed's SUV. None of those defenders is more convinced than that of my next guest. Sean McDonough is a retired DEA supervisory special agent who's investigated this case on his own pretty much full time for a year now. He says he can prove that Karen Reed's taillight was completely intact after the alleged hit and run happened. Take a look at this video from the doorbell cam. It was taken at 5:03 a.m. And 5:03 a.m. is hours after Reed and O'Keefe parted ways. And you can see right there in the circle that Reed's taillight is right where it's supposed to be on her Lexus SUV.
So, first thing I noticed, the point, the specific little millisecond that they paused at. When she plays the little bitty clip, watch the area that is now circled. And we are going to watch another clip after this. Let's hear him out, and then I will come back with my comments in just a few minutes.
I want to welcome to the program Sean McDonough. Sean, that video is sort of jaw-dropping. It's kind of like the Perry Mason moment, and I wonder if the prosecutors have it, and if they do, how do they explain it?
Actually, first of all, I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for covering this. I'm so happy you led with the first picture. The first picture is what the prosecution wants the jurors to believe. Look, that taillight looked like at 12:32 a.m. after John was allegedly hit by Karen Reed. In this video, which is 4.5 hours after Karen allegedly hit John, that light right there has absolutely no wires, no LEDs. All the red is completely gone, which means no red would be reflective, right? There would be nothing illuminating. At 5:03 to 5:08, you see her back in. She cracks the backup light onto Officer John O'Keefe's Traverse, which is behind there. See those tire tracks? She goes in at an angle, which means she definitely made contact with that side light that comes out 5 inches. We documented this, and see right there, that tire on John's car moves forward. It didn't go backwards. So the angle directs the motion of the vehicle when it got struck. So when as that video continues on, if you keep going with that video a little bit more, it's completely intact. And this is how it all came about. The lead detective, Michael Proctor for the Mass State Police, this is how I found it. In his affidavit, he said the taillight, the right rear taillight, right side, was shattered and a large piece missing. And I said, wait a minute. The two witnesses told him that there was a crack. And we analyzed this back and forth, and we let the video play all the way through. I went to Lexus dealerships. They told me not only do they have, it's a polycarbonate plastic, one of the hardest plastics you can have. The law of physics, there you go, right there. See all that red? In the final picture where the prosecution is saying this is how it ends up, it's no way. So polycarbonate plastic, very hard. 6,500 pounds going into a 220-pound male human will topple him over. It will not crack up the taillight in 37 plus pieces. Absolutely impossible. Mistake number one, they did not know this video existed when they did this crime scene later in the night. This video came about 2 days later. So when they made the decision.
Again, just listen, I've got only 30 seconds left, but I've got to ask you, you've been in this business a long time. How are the prosecutors going to explain this away? Because I guarantee you what you have, defense attorneys will use.
Oh, they have it all. They have that and more. I don't know how they intend to convince a jury of 12 that that car hit John O'Keefe. There is no way.
Wow. Okay, so listen, we're only at the tip of the iceberg on this case.
Okie dokie. So, as you can see, he fully believes in Karen Reed's innocence, says that the taillight was fully intact. I'm going to back up the video just a little bit. I think she played the little clip again. Well, we're going to see the whole clip anyway. So let's move over to the other video. First of all, this was not new. It was kind of given the flavor of breaking news information. But when I saw it, I was like, I've seen that. What? It's from Court TV a year ago. And this is the evening that it came out. I'm going to play this now.
Yeah, but none of that. None of that yet. Okay, all right. Now, let's get back to that tail light.
It's huge.
It's really big. It's really big. How the tail light gets broken could be the key for this whole case for the jury. I don't know. But you have some video tonight.
That's right. Our Court TV team, our producer, obtained exclusively for Court TV video that the defense points to as an alternate explanation as to how this tail light could have been broken, Vinny, not by hitting.
When is this video recorded? Where is this video recorded, and what is the time frame according to the timeline?
Next morning. So
the morning after
yes.
John O'Keefe dies.
Well, same day.
Same day,
yeah, but
early morning hours.
Closer to 5 a.m. Right.
Okay.
He's alleged to have been hit around midnight, 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
This happens. This video. 5 a.m., a little bit before 5 a.m., Ring camera video from the victim's home where his girlfriend, Reed, was staying the night. So she, this is what the video, here it is, Vinny. So she's pulling out in the black SUV. And that's the victim's SUV parked. And the defense says that she makes contact, hits the victim's SUV right there, damaging that back right passenger side tail light. And they also claim you can see, the victim's SUV move, indicating that there was a collision. And then as she pulls away, they say that you can tell there's missing parts of the tail light coming.
Right. But it would have been missing if it was a result of striking Officer O'Keefe at that time also. Here's a closer look at it. Once again, as we're backing up here, keep your eye and see if you see any movement here from the other car. It's very possible.
Yeah,
It's very
the
possible.
prosecution doesn't say there's contact.
If the whole case was, how did the tail light get broken? You've got reasonable doubt right there.
Reasonable doubt, yes.
You've got reasonable doubt right there, because you can't tell, but it's very reasonable to think that at that point you could have broken that tail light.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And that's defense evidence that we got our hands on. Great job. Okay, today's hearing, anything else? Any other headlines?
So a lot
Okie dokie. So yeah, that was a year ago. What I find super interesting is when you go back and you watch the vehicle, my first question would be, and I have seen this on a few other videos, is that vehicle, people who say that they own the same year, make, and model claim that it has backup indicator. So it would have been beeping at her when she got close to the other vehicle. So does anybody know for sure? And my question as well is, why did she back out so straight? She knew where his vehicle was. I don't get it. Why didn't she just turn the wheel all the way to back in next to his vehicle? Do you think that she could have done this on purpose because of course she would have been totally aware of the Ring camera. So do you think it's possible that she deliberately bumped into the back of the car to give herself, another explanation for the light? Because you wouldn't have seen her taillights when she pulled in at home. But you would obviously see it on this camera as she was leaving. So if she had some plan, that would have been a good way to make it, where she could later say, no, that's not from an accident or hitting somebody. It's from me backing into his car. Or do you think she really did back into his car and, well, where are the pieces? So I took some screenshots and I want to go over a couple of things with you guys and get your opinion. I want to get your opinion on these screenshots. We'll do this one first. This is the area after she starts to pull away. I don't see anything on the ground myself. Very well could be something on the ground, but why wouldn't they have found, if this is where it happened? As you can see, that's a lot of damage. Why is there nothing on the ground here or anywhere leading out along her path leaving? That got me really worried, like, shouldn't there be more stuff going on in this area? But instead, they found it at the scene. So I took some screenshots. Now I'm going to go back to the video for just a moment and show you the thing that I noticed on the video. As she's backing out, okay. So now watch the vehicle as it pulls away. And I'm going to, play it regular speed once.
tail light, and they also claim you can see, the victim's SUV move, indicating that there was a collision, and then as she pulls away, they say that.
Okay. I mean, I can see that it's broken. My question is right here. I'm going to slow it down now. When I saw this on the one that Ashley Banfield put up, that was what made me say, what is going on here, and dig. So I'm going to turn off the sound. So watch the taillight. Do you see the white? The other guy was saying that the taillight was fully intact. If it was, we would have not had seen any white at all. However, in my opinion, it was already completely broken. So I took the screenshot and I pulled it up here. Now, keep in mind, this is at a straight angle, straight on and low. This one was up high and further this way, you know? So if you keep that in mind and you look at the shape, on the other side of this, there would have been, like, there's another side on the other side of this. I think it's this that we're seeing, how it comes up and it curves and comes back around. I think there could have been another piece or something up here that fell off somewhere else. But overall, it's pretty much that same shape that we're seeing here. And one second, I'm going to make it even bigger here. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. But again, you would think that if it happened here, we would be seeing stuff on the ground. So, is this where it happened? Or does anybody think that this was something that was maybe planned and maybe she deliberately bumped into the vehicle because she was fully aware of the camera and knew that it would catch her doing that, and give an explanation for what happened to her back bumper? The other thing that I have noticed is, and I don't know much about this case. I've only been digging into it a little bit here and there for the last couple of weeks, and I'm intrigued by it. I'm very interested to see what happens with the trial. I know they're doing jury selection again today. I suspect they'll probably be done. They have 11, they need 16. So, but I hear all these stories, and one day I'm convinced that was framed, and then I see the other side, and I'm like, she's guilty. I can't tell. And I think that's where we should be, of course, before a trial anyway. But that looks very broken to me, in my opinion. Not just, and if you look here as well, it's really hard to tell on security cameras and stuff. You're not going to get a really good picture. And it's really hard to kind of transform it in your mind with the different angles. But am I also seeing a crack here that goes along with at least this part, I think? I mean, you saw how slow she was going. How could barely bumping that vehicle cause this much damage? That doesn't make any sense. And then, we've got the scratches on the arm. It's 50-50. If you're looking at videos, like, half people think it's a dog attack, and then half of people think, nope, that's from the accident. What do you think? I know a lot of people are going around saying that he was, and I think Karen even made this statement, that he was beat up by somebody. And according to all reports, he did have 2 black eyes. However, keep in mind that the reports also said that he had a skull fracture. Let me look at the name of it, because there's so many different kinds. of skull fractures. When I worked in rehab, we had a lot of patients with skull fractures. Was it basal? I don't know where I wrote that in my scratch notes. Oh, basilar. It was a basilar skull fracture. That would be the reason for the 2 black eyes. Because it causes immediate, huge swelling in your eyes. I mean, you look like you got hit by an SUV if you have a skull fracture, even if your face isn't even hit. It happens really quickly as well. So if he was not passed and laid there for a little while, then absolutely, because once blood flow stops, swelling and bruising and things like that stops as well. So that would indicate that he would have laid there for a little while if this is what happened. I'm kind of struggling on what actually happened to him. We won't know until, I guess, the experts battle it out. So, I mean, I did like Googling of photos of dogs attacking arms, and in some of the photos, it looks exactly like his arm. And then in some of the photos, it doesn't look anything like his arm. I don't know what it is, but I'm interested in the case and I've been following it. In my opinion, Melanie Little, she's an attorney. She is doing the best job covering it fairly. I really like her. So if you are interested in the case, I would recommend checking her out. I'll grab her link and put it down in the description. And if you would like any opinions from me on the case as it goes forward, let me know. And let me know kind of what you think of my questions. Like, what do you think generally of the case so far? And are you following it? So, because I don't want to put out content unless it's something that you guys are really interested in. So let me know what you think about the snow on the ground. If you see anything there on the ground. And if you think this matches this. So that is it for this one. You guys have a good afternoon or evening, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching.